now that my part is dried and I've got my thinner loaded up into my siphon feed airbrush, and it looks a little bit like this. Just show you here. Okay, there's a little bit of paint in there because, as you can see, like it's kind of flowing down from the tube. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to clean out your airbrush, and it's the same principle for most of these siphon feed type systems, and it's pretty straightforward. So let me just grab my hobby knife, or this box cutter basically, and get right to work. So this is something you can get on Amazon, and it comes in very, very rudimentary OEM packaging. That's just fine, and it's made by a Chinese manufacturer called A-Best, I guess. A-Best 4-set airbrush SPR ... cleaning pod holder. Sounds legit. It's basically a it's kind of a knockoff of the Iwata airbrush cleaning bowl. Look at that. Happy every day. Thank you. After sales service card. Hey, I love this. It says, "We know you have a world full of choices. Thank you for selecting us." Wow. Item as described on a scale of 0 to 5. Wow. Online store, Eddie World. Awesome. You have a nice little message here for me, so thank you, guys. That's kind of sweet, though, honestly. It's the little things that kind of stay with you, you know? You remember little gestures that merchants sometimes don't bother to do, so, I mean, that's cool. Good. Get on them. And here we go. So if you've seen the Iwata cleaning pot, it's essentially a carbon copy of that. Or rather, this is a carbon copy of the Iwata cleaning thingy, and the thing is, they're almost the same price too. I ended up just getting this one because unlike the Iwata one, they threw in some extra stuff which I was gonna get separately, but they included it, so I thought, okay, that's really cool. And so, for example, they've got this airbrush fitting. Now I didn't even know that it came with this one, but apparently it does. I'm not sure what this is, if this is a quick connect or what is this? Okay, that's an interesting discovery. Yeah, this thing is there, which is great. It's also there in the Iwata one, and this is the actual pot itself. Up till now, I've been using a rather Masonic technique of I'm using mason jars to like dump out the the thinner that I've used, and that really sucks. Like, you really don't do that. You might have to for like when you're brush painting, and sometimes you have to. You end up using that. But the principle of this thinning pot is really cool. I'm gonna show you how it works in a minute. This is the cool stuff. It comes with these little cleaning things. Oh wow! Look at this. That's so weird. They said there would be cleaning. Oh wow! There's more cleaning things. Never mind. Well, excuse me. I was gonna say that their cleaning things didn't come with those little bristles on them, but they do. They have cleaning sticks that have bristles, and then cleaning sticks that just are just cleaning sticks. Okay, whatever. You know, just do you? I mean, no one's gonna stop you. Ooh, this is cool. It's actual glass. It's like properly heavy. It's nice and hefty. It's not gonna like shake around and move around on your table or anything. That is really cool, actually. I like that. That's awesome. Okay, so you can see the principle. This is really cool. It's actually frosted glass. That's nice. I'm not sure if the Iwata one is glass. I think it might be plastic, but I really haven't really confirmed. But this is a carbon copy of that. So yeah, and I mean, I have no remorse. I'll dabble in copied stuff now and then, but I try to go for authentic when I can. So, but airbrushing tools are very expensive, so you know, sometimes you gotta make do. Okay, so you see what happens is that you set your airbrush into this hole, all right, and what happens when you do that is, just gonna put this together here so that we can be ready to go. I believe it goes this way. Yes, it does. And then this part here. Wow, I didn't even need instructions to put it together. It's that easy. Very straightforward. So there we go. We're all set. Okay, there's a limit to how deep the airbrush holder will go, but that's such a detail. Okay, so I wonder if the siphon feeds work for the... okay, so this is very interesting. So the siphon feeds don't actually, like, it's good that this thing is removable, is what I'm saying, because the siphon feeds don't fit that well in there. The gravity feeds will, though, because the pot is on top. The paint pot is up here as opposed to down here. So what you would do is you would blast the airbrush right in here. There's like a rubber seal, right? This rubber seal right here, and the air that it displaces, it comes out, but it goes through one of these filters first. So that reduces a lot of the fumes that you may otherwise end up having to, inhale. And there's some kind of a bypass valve here that prevents. You can't really see it, but you can see. Oh no, there isn't. Okay, I assumed there would be, but there is not. Okay, so what you would want to do when you're done cleaning out your airbrush, or when you're done painting for the day, you wouldn't just want to leave this, because technically there's a hole in here. Even though this is filtered, but this is just open venting. So you would want to empty this out into like a glass bottle that you use for accumulating your waste, your waste, mineral spirits or thinner, whatever you use, and then pretty much just go for that. So yeah, let's give this a shot. I'm gonna fire up the air pressure here. Okay, it's looking good. I mean, it sounds good anyway. And let me open this completely wide open and just blast it through and see if we can get this properly. Whoa, that sounded legit. Something happened. Oh wow, you can actually see the mist of it coming up. That's yeah, I should probably have my vent on right now, so I'm gonna do that. There we go. Yeah, sorry about the noise, but safety first. You don't want to be inhaling weird vapors. So there we go. Now we can kind of see that the vapors are going into the fume hood as opposed to all over the darn place. Sort of, actually. Not as much as you might want. So let me just go off camera a little bit so that I can vent this safely. Okay, so as you can see, it's a bit tricky when you have very little in there, but you can see that it's sucked it up pretty much in there, and there it is. And yeah, there's paint in there, and there's some thinner and whatnot, and that's fine. So that's good. But I'm going to add more thinner, and I'm going to discard this thinner, because this is now already dirty thinner. I don't want to be trying to clean an airbrush with dirty thinner. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So okay, so let's loosen this up here. You can see it's pretty involved. Using an airbrush is not some easy, straightforward thing. It's easy to get nice results with it, good paint results, but you have to be ready to kind of do all this mucking about. There's a lot of mucking about when it comes to the whole airbrushing thing. So there's that. But, if you like building gunpla models, chances are, on a scale of 0 to mucking about, you might be an 8 or 9 already, so I don't see why that would be an issue for you lot. Alright, here we go. So I've got my little pipettes here. This makes it a little bit less troublesome to get a decent amount of thinner in there, but not too much. I haven't quite gotten used to all the framing. I keep switching my cameras around, so yeah. Okay, now you're gonna notice I'm actually using my good thinner for this cleaning, this lowly cleaning stuff. I'm using my Mr. Color thinner because that's what I have, and I don't believe in using water to clean my airbrush. Nah, I'm not gonna do that unless I'm using an ultrasonic cleaner with a little bit of soap. Then I would, but not. I'm not gonna just assume that water is gonna clean it out perfectly just because it's an acrylic. I'll use the thinner, but usually I would be using mineral spirits to do this. It's just that I haven't got any, so and I didn't realize that I didn't have any, but just absent-mindedly using my my thinner, which is also okay. It's just save a little bit of money and use mineral spirits to do the cleaning of your airbrush, because it's going to do the same thing. It's just that it's not necessarily the perfect formula for actually thinning your paints or what have you. And that's okay. So You just need a cleaner, right? Airbrush cleaner. So, okay, so here we go again. Oh, this is really easy to use. Okay, seems to be going through clean. It's kind of hard to gauge like how clean the airbrush is exactly. It's not so obvious. Let me try something. I think it could be clean by now. Maybe. Let's see. Actually tilt this over here, right? Yes, I can. Okay, there we go. So like it's it's clean-ish, but it's so it's maybe it's clean. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's grab us a white sheet of paper and see if we can determine if this thing is clean or still pretty much all mucky. So there we go. I got myself some paper and we'll do a little test. Let's see just how clean it is. Eventually it comes clean. It just takes like 2-3 different cycles to run the thinner through the airbrush several times before it gets nice and clean. I've noticed that in the past. So let's see what's coming out here. Oh yeah, I mean you can see that thinner is coming out, but it's not bringing any paint along with it, so that's encouraging, right? Aha! And Kinoni has decided to take a nap. Oh, but it's back, so... I'm pretty sure there's an update of Kinoni that I haven't bothered downloading yet, so... whatever. Okay. I'll update that, hopefully before the next podcast, so let's see. Oh yeah, it's spraying totally clean now, like this is not even, there's not even any paint in it, as far as I can tell. Yeah, there's no paint in this at all, so that's fine. So that's all set. So, what was I doing exactly? I was painting this little guy here. And so, this is a shoulder piece that has some thrusters. And so, we're going to do an actual, lay down some actual paint on it now. And so I'm going to switch out the bottles. So, again, you see I have to keep like stopping the video, doing it again, changing the bottles. That's one of the realities of siphon feed system. Siphon feed system is cheap. It's convenient because you have these cool little bottles. Some of the siphon feed airbrushes come with standardized bottle sizes. Unfortunately, it's not like they didn't figure that maybe they should use the exact same size as a tester's bottle. That would have been really convenient, but it's not the case. This is a tester's bottle that you can buy at most hobby shops that carry tester's products, and it lets you get like maybe 5 or 6 of these empty tester's glass bottles that you might not have if you're just getting started in modeling. You know, all your paints are still new, they're still full of paint, but you want to mix custom paint and save it, which you would be doing if you're doing airbrushing. You know, so you have like a diluted gloss black always available, and so there we go. So I won't bore you with all this like swapping out of my bottles and everything, but I'll just start another video and show you what it looks like when you're spraying. In this case, it's gonna be gold paint onto the part. So thanks for watching. Peace.